Greetings. A question for you. Do you ever go on Quora? It's a pretty good platform in some ways. There's some very strange people on there, and there's an awful lot of misinformation. But on the whole, it's a pretty good platform. But I saw a question there the other day. And it's a good platform for no other reason, particularly in my case for the autism thing, because it shows how ignorant people are and how little awareness and knowledge there is out there about autism. But someone asked a question. I can't remember the exact wording. It was something along the lines of, how do I help my 18-year-old grandchild or relative deal with uncomfortable social situations? And it really does my nutting, because there's this, it's the does he take sugar syndrome. Think of it this way. This person is going on to the internet, to a random platform, Quora, anonymously asking a question of random strangers, people he's never known, never met, and never will know or meet, asking how to deal with his own or her own grandchild who's autistic. Here's a really simple answer to that question, and to almost any other question about how to help autistic people. If you want to know how autistic people are feeling, if you want to know how autistic people are thinking and what they're thinking, if you want to know what autistic people need, if you want to know what will help autistic people in any situation, ask them. Okay? Now, for some, if they're completely non-verbal, you might have to go around the houses a little bit and communicate with them in a way they find easy. So you can, maybe you'll have to speak to them and they will write to you on the tablet or something. That's just a detail. But someone like me, whose presentation is such I'm articulate and I can speak properly without any kind of need for intervention or help, I'm quite capable of holding a conversation like what you would call a normal person or a neurotypical person. If you want to know what's going to help us, ask us. I see far too much of what we call the does he take sugar syndrome. As soon as people find you're autistic, they start thinking about you and talking about you in the third person, to the point where they will go online and ask questions about, here's someone I'm close to in my life, how can I help this person? I see it all the time. Girlfriends asking about boyfriends, husbands asking about wives, parents asking about children. Maybe the children thing's a little bit different, because if very young children, you might need help because you perhaps can't ask them. Maybe they can't articulate what they want. But your average autistic person, especially someone who presents like me, because often autism is correlated with low intellectual capability. That might be different, but I'm talking now about ones who are normal almost, who present almost as normal, to the point where we sometimes struggle with that because people won't believe we're autistic, because we present as neurotypical. If you want to know what's going to help us, ask us. We're quite capable of telling you. And I think this would actually solve a lot of problems, because one of the difficulties autistic people have is this kind of treatment. They are reluctant to own up to their autism, to come out the closet, so to speak, because they fear this kind of discrimination. And I'll use the word quite loosely. It's kind of benign. It's not meant nastily. I think it's meant with the best will in the world. But if autistic people would come out of the closet because they felt comfortable, because they know you're going to speak to them like adults and treat them like adults, and if they want help, ask them, well, how can I help? What can I do to make you feel more included? How can we include you in things without you feeling uncomfortable? How can we help? What do you want? What do you need? Okay, I think things will be a lot better, because one of the problems we face is neurotypical deciding what's best for us, how to speak for us, what we want and what we need. That's never going to work, because you can't get inside our heads. So look, the easy answer is, if you want to know what's going to help autistic people, what autistic people need, what they're thinking, what they're feeling, just fucking ask us. We'll tell you. In fact, we'll probably tell you more clearly and more brutally honestly than you would like. Maybe that's why you won't do it. Anyway, my little sermon over. I'm out of here. See you later. Oh, first, go to the blog, unapologeticallyautistic.com. Read the blog. Watch this video. Watch other videos. Comment and share. All right. See you later. Ta-da.